Okay, here's a common problem. Sometimes you wanna jam with your friends, or you play in a band where you have second guitar and you just don't know what to play. And of course we're not talking about solo. It's easy, one guitar plays solo, another plays rhythm. But what if you both need to play rhythm? A lot of guitarists don't know what to do, and they both play the same chords. Like guitar 1 plays something like this, and since you don't know what else you can play, you're playing the same stuff. And sometimes it sounds fine, it creates this double track effect, but at the same time it's pretty boring and you can do much more than that. So in this video I'm gonna give you 3 ideas. What can you play alongside these basic chords which are already played by other guitarists? And of course you can use these methods even if you're a solo player who wants to record his stuff. You can record multiple tracks and your songs will sound much more interesting. And the best part, all these methods are really simple, they are really easy to implement. So let me show you the first one. Okay, let's use classic southern rock chord progression. D to C to G, back to D. Strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, down. Pretty simple. Okay, so this is what your main guitar is playing. You have someone in the band who's like, okay, I'm gonna play this. What can you do? The first method, I call it a credence method, is playing the same chords, just using different shapes. This is what they did a lot in CCR. John Fogerty used to tune his guitar one step down, and for example, the song is in the key of D. One guitar is playing D chord, and he was playing C chord but tuned one step down. It provided completely different sound, even though it's the same chord. But we're not gonna tune down our guitars, let's just use capo. For example, capo on the 2nd fret. How do I get D, C, G, D here? Let's use C shape. If I play C chord like this with the capo on the 2nd fret, this is my D chord. So D is now C, C is now B flat, G is F, back to C. Even though we are playing the same chords per se, the shapes are different and the sound is different. Now I'm gonna turn on some drums and play these 2 parts simultaneously. The OG one and one with a capo. And you will hear the result. The combination of these 2 guitars playing different shapes of the same chords, it makes overall sounds a bit richer, a bit meatier, if I can say so. Well, let's try some different shapes. For example, let's move our capo to the 5th fret, and it will be like D bar chord. Now we play it like the A chord. A to G. This is our C note to D. G note back to A. And another trick I want to show you here is you can use different strumming pattern. For example, you can play just straight 16th notes here, like. Just play it in this relaxed manner, don't push too hard, because this is our main groove. We wanna just, create a background for it. And if you'll just play this straight 16 notes beneath it, it will sound really nice. So let's hear how it works. So yeah, you got the idea. You can move the capo all over the fretboard, you can tune down. Basically, you play the same progression, just using different shapes. Sometimes they create this really nice combination. Okay, our second method. You can play the same chords. We're gonna stay in this position like D, C, G, D. And we're not gonna strum. We're gonna play some arpeggios. And we're gonna throw in some stuff like, D. D sus chord, D sus2. You got this hammer on. You can do on the C chord with your middle finger. You can do C9 here with your pinky. On the G chord, once again, you can do this hammer-ons, you have sus chords, you have even 7 chords. And while you have this main groove going, you can stay really chill with the second guitar and just, figure out what works here like. So yeah, you are playing the same shapes, just try to throw in some sus chords, some tricks, etc, etc. Let's hear how it sounds. And of course you can play the same tricks with capo, like here. I'll leave it up to you. One important thing to note. If you're gonna use these tricks, if you're gonna play some sus chords, some like 9 chords, hammer-ons, etc., be sure that the main guitar doesn't do it. You should communicate with each other. Because if the main guitar uses these sus chords, these tricks, and you're gonna do it, and you are not synchronized with each other, it's gonna sound really bad. You're gonna contradict one another. So yeah, make sure that one guitar plays strictly rhythm, and another one does all this stuff. And before I show you the third method, of course, if you wanna play in the bands, if you wanna play with some other guitarists, your chords, your strumming, they should be on point. Because if you have trouble switching chords on time, if you have this awkward pauses, or if your chords sound like this, with this weird buzzes, well, the techniques from this lesson aren't gonna help you. And if you have some troubles, if you are not confident in your chord playing, then I highly recommend you to check out our course, How to Play Chords Without Pauses and Buzzing. In this course I teach the techniques that helped both me and my students, and after completing it you will be able to play any song that you like, without even thinking about where to put your fingers, without worrying that you will not be able to switch chords in time, etc, etc. So yeah, scan this QR code or check the link in the description to learn more about this course, and let's get on with the lesson. And the third method. I call it electric guitar method because that's what they usually do on electric guitars. It's rare that we play like full chords when playing electric rhythm. Usually we play high parts of the chords. For example, here's the G bar chord. If we were playing on electric guitar, if we have bass, if we have drums, most likely we would play something like this, just high notes of the chord, like 3 to 4 strings. And this is what you can do as a second guitar. For example, here's our D bar chord, C bar chord, G, back to C, and let's just play the highest 3 strings of each of these chords. Here they are. And you can just use this. Play them like to emphasize the rhythm. Don't play the same. Play something like or you can use different shapes, for example D, but this C, this G. If you know caged system, it's gonna be much easier for you. For example, it's gonna sound like D to C to this G back to D, or you can use this D. Let's combine these two parts and see what we get. So yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of options. Of course, you can do much more than what I showed you, but this is a great place to start. So yeah, try different chord shapes, try to use different tricks. Experiment with capo, experiment with bar chords. There are endless possibilities here. Okay, guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you. Try these methods and let me know in the comments how it went. And if you want some more cool tricks for your acoustic rhythm playing, check this video out.